Well, thank you for joining me. I'm afraid I won't be talking about the rules because they don't last long enough. But this is the RetroTech 120p challenge. Follow the link down below to see how this thing works, and do bloody well join in. This is Atari's Return of the Jedi, based on the movie, of course. The closer of the original Star Wars trilogy, and the place where most people think it should have been left. Well, people of our age anyway. Do I agree with them? No, I think there's been enough good moments in some of the movies since. There's even some good Disney stuff if you look hard enough. Andor is pretty good. 1 and 2 of The Mandalorian is pretty good. And even Ashoka has got better as it goes on. But you probably need to do your homework by watching Rebels and Clone Wars first. So, yes, not going to talk much about the rules, as I said. This was a game that came out in 1984. It's not vector like the previous 2 games based on the movies by Atari. It switches scenes from the Battle of Endor and the Lando bit in the Falcon, and if you go play on medium or higher, which I don't know actually because we haven't set the rules down, but you know how I get these things in early. I think if you play it on medium, you get the Chewbacca in the ATST as well, and it sort of flips between bits rather than you just finishing the level. Lando is unfortunately about to get incinerated, but at least he blew up the Death Star. Oh well, Lando and Knee Numb. Better luck next time. So this came out also by Domark on the Atari ST, the Amiga, the Amstrad, the Commodore 64, the ZX Spectrum and the BBC Micro some years later in 1988. It was also unlockable on Rogue Squadron 3 on the GameCube, so if you've got that, go and play this. Right, so Star Wars sex facts. I do have them. As someone that has sex rarely, of course I've got Star Wars sex facts. First I'm going to tell you about the wank. Now, a wank is different from what it is in the real world. A wank, as featured in the Ewoks cartoon in the 80s, was a creature found on Endor. Its eyes could be dried and used in magic. So dried wank is magic. So anytime your partner or your mother or anyone else that lives with you says, get rid of that jizzy tissue, don't listen to them. Your dried wank is magic. Now I'm going to tell you about jizz. Figrin Dan and the Modal Nodes filled the cantina in the first film with jizz for a good 10 minutes. Yes, they did. They weren't wanking in the background or whatever, dried-eying in the background. They were playing music. Jizz is like jazz, but that's what that cantina, that famous music was. Other bands that played it were Eva Orbis and his Jizz Wailers, and instruments included the Sync Beep Box, the Fanfare, sounds like fanfare, the Jizz Box, the Slitherhorn, and the Red Bull organ. Filth. Sex in Star Wars. Humans and Twi'leks could have children, as you can see in the new series of Ahsoka. There is a Jason Sendula, Jabba the Hutt, his species. They could reproduce asexually, and pre-Disney, the canon was that they were hermaphrodite and could swap sex at will. So no difficult surgery or any arguments online with Graham Linehan. So that's it then. I'm about to die, unsuccessfully trying to take down the Death Star this time. Oh well. People will do better on this, I think. This week on the channel I have got a video on the Stranglers. There's an Eddie Kidd one that I've been murmuring about for weeks now, but that's coming up next week. And some other exciting stuff too. But please do join in with this. And Kay, thanks. Bye, my lovely Lieblings. Now, play us out, Darth.